Accelerators organization, welcome to my Facebook Live. Thanks for having me, Sean. My name is Joel Gandara, and I have been an entrepreneur since the fourth grade. Like literally, I bought my own toys in the fourth grade, just on business ideas that I had that I put into action right away. But I do want to mention that because somebody called me today and they were asking some questions, and this happens so often. And they are trying to develop a massive plan instead of just taking a little bit of action, and that helps you make the plan. I always say this, I know it goes against everything you've probably ever heard and all the recommendations and all the books, but I'm kind of contrarian, not on purpose, but it happens. I've never written a business plan. I've never read a business plan. I've invested hundreds of thousands in each of multiple companies. I've invested millions in my own stuff. I don't need a business plan. I need a general idea, which takes a few. If you can't explain it in a minute, that's not the business for me. That's how simple I am. I just need it to be clear and simple. So this person on the phone today was telling me, I still have to work on the plan and the plan and the plan and the plan. And then I said, after I let him talk forever, I said, well, here's what I see. I think all you need to do is this, this, and this. And he goes, well, yeah, that's the plan. And I said, then what have you been talking about for the last 12 months that you told me this was taking? Didn't we just resolve it in about 45 seconds? He goes, yeah, you're right. That was it. That's the plan. Then just go execute. So I say that because when you say, well, how did he make money in the fourth grade, $50 in a month, and bought my own big robot? Simply because I didn't have a plan. I got some trading cards and I had them in my backpack at school in fourth grade, and I showed them. And kids got very interested, and I sold them. And then I went, aha, I just doubled my money. Next weekend, I'm going to go buy more of those, bring them again. Now I raised the prices because they were so interested, and they paid it again. I went back the next week and bought more. They paid it again. That was the business. And I've done that with real businesses where the numbers are in the millions. It's that simple. I bought a product, I sold it. That's it. All right. We have very few questions. And when I read these questions, I want to admit something to you guys. I was worried. I go, they shouldn't have sent me these questions. These are not my level of expertise. So I hope that a lot of those other really good mentors answer these and you take in their opinion, the other ones, and go down. And then maybe I'm at the bottom. These are not my specialty, these sort of things. But I'm going to give you a different flavor and twist on my thoughts here. All righty, here we go. Rohit Gupta. And I say this every time I see a question from Rohit, is he gets his money's worth in AO. He's asking questions. You know what? Good question, bad question, smart, dumb, whatever. Let people, when you meet someone, talk to people and ask them questions. Don't talk a lot. Just ask questions and let them talk, and you're going to get stuff out of that. Maybe the thing you get out of that is, man, that guy's an idiot. I'm never going to watch his mentor session. I hope you don't think about that with me. But just ask questions. So Rohit, you're smart to be an AO, and you're smart to keep asking questions, man. And even though you don't know it, there's someone out there who's not asking questions, but they're benefiting from hearing the questions you have and all the mentors' answers. Here we go. Question: how can I grow my online business organically without paid ads? I have an international snacks and drinks business. We recently have collaborated with a few content creators, not huge influencers, from the US, Canada, and the UK. So waiting for results on that. We are making content on TikTok and Instagram, but don't do so well on views and trying to get that one viral video. Do you have any other suggestions of how we could grow business organically as we don't have a budget for ads yet? So Rohit, that part of the question, part of it I do understand, and it's organic. I was in a very organic world. The way that I did that was different. I owned apparel brands, and how did I grow them? Because I kept buying competitors' websites. I kept buying my customers' websites. So imagine I'm wholesaling products to you, and you have 100,000 great customers. I want your business. I want to own your business, Rohit, because I own this brand, right? So let's say I own this pen, and I own Bic, and you are pens.com. I want to own your business because, man, that's where I need to be. But first, I got to wholesale to you and build a relationship with you and grow that. So if that helps in any way to build a relationship that way, look for those opportunities. And you may say, well, I don't have the money to buy those businesses. Don't count yourself out. I didn't have the money to do anything. And I did some things. I made $1, then I made 2, and then I made 4, and then I made 8. And that's how it went. So don't count yourself out there. As far as, I did a lot of emailing When I sold my business, we had about 750,000 live emails. These are people that have registered to receive them over many, many years. But again, I would buy a business and it would come with 50,000 emails, 60,000 emails, 80,000. And I just kept adding those. Each one stayed in their own lane. So if I bought this business from you, then I'm emailing these people. I'm not crossing the email addresses and all that. So I really liked emails because we did it. I know this is going to sound crazy. We were very aggressive. On 3 of my main sites, we emailed every day, 365 days a year. If this wasn't for you, then get off, unsubscribe. That's fine. But we were in a very niche thing where we launched a new apparel piece and people wanted to see it and they would come on and browse and all that. So that's different. But do you have emails? Could you start an email list? Could you start giving a coupon code for people to be on there? Could you tell them we're going to let you know when there's new releases, when there's special offers, when X, whatever gets people excited about your products. If you sell, Rohit, if you sell any products that are, because I believe just from the questions you've asked over the years that you might be selling to a particular ethnic group, then there's content for you right there. Any news in the country, right? Anything going on, a cool YouTuber that goes to your country and does videos, share that and be kind of that source of like, oh yeah, this is the country that I left behind and I love. And this guy keeps putting cool stuff about it. It's not even your content. You're just sharing it, but then you're plugging in always sponsored by or brought to you by, and you offer your products. So that's just the thought. I'm not big on the drinks and snack business personally. I don't know that space very well, but I think you're just trying to make a connection with people and put content out there and don't count yourself out. You said you've collaborated with some content creators. I'm sure you could be a content creator. I'm sure you could use some of their information, just give them credit. And you can say, hey guys, I've discovered this YouTuber in our country. Look at this. And I doubt that person would be mad that you're promoting them. And hey, by the way, buy our products. Rohit, I hope that helps. All right, let's see. The next question. And can you guys do me a favor when you listen to these? Here's a big ask. I'm not big on asking for favors. I'd love to hear any comments in the comment section that you're there, that you listen to it, that any of this brought you any value. And I'll tell you why. Years ago, I would speak for free often at universities. And one day I got ready to go to this university and it's 45 minutes away and I'd spoken there many times. And I told my wife, I said, I'm going to go speak at this university and this is the last one I accept because I'm not going to keep doing this. I don't think I'm making an impact. And then something happened. It was amazing. Like the timing was impossible, just the way it worked out. I was there talking, and when I was done, a kid came up to see me, and he says, I know you don't know who I am, but I know who you are very much so. I don't even know if I had social media back then. And he said, see, here's the thing. You spoke 3 years ago, and I'm a senior in college now. And back then, I was a freshman. I weighed 30 pounds more than I do now. Back then, I did not have a business. So today, I've trimmed up and lost all this weight. And second of all, I built a business, and I'm making $50,000 a year part-time while I'm a senior in college. And he goes, and I want to say to you that all happened because of that one time that you came and you sponsored a lunch and you talked to a bunch of students. And that day you motivated me enough to do all of this. The crazy part is that kid, he didn't know, or he didn't have a contact information. He never told me this because that would have put me on fire. I would have just been speaking as much as I could to help people. And I was about to quit. But thankfully, that guy just told me, hey, I'm here, I'm listening. And it means a lot to me, and it changed my life. And I'm not asking people to do that. If I didn't change your life, don't tell me that. But I just want to know if you're here. I don't know how many people listen to this, and if it brings any value to your life. But if you could tell me, I would appreciate that. By the way, that's a very good lesson and a great way. You go see a good speaker. I'm not saying I'm a good speaker, but you go somewhere and you see someone, reach out to them. Whether it's in the moment after the talk, go up to them, shake their hand, take a picture with them, tell them what you got out of it, or contact them afterwards. Find them on LinkedIn. Get their address, mail them a letter, whatever you want to do, send them an email. But do that because you get to build really cool relationships with neat people. I've done that all my life. Here we go. There's a second of 3 questions. Next one is Kristen Pitts. How can I grow my online business? I have a golf apparel company and have been selling in 10 golf shops for 2 years. I am now launching online for the first time. Amazon is my goal, but it is a long process and pending. I launched onto Etsy today to get the ball rolling with the product I have sitting to sell, meaning she's got a bunch of there sitting in boxes in storage waiting to sell it. Besides social media ads, what else can I do to grow my online retail business? So when I said at the beginning of this call that I don't know if I'm the expert on all this stuff, is it kind of goes with what Rohit asked about organic. That's really where I personally am better at. And look, I've got no shame in the way I had to start out my business. I was distributing someone else's brand. And I mean, if I took it way back, it's even before that, I was selling products at a flea market. That's it. As a 19, 20-year-old, I was just out there hustling flea market stuff. Then I got a brand from overseas to sell to me. And then I started taking that to trade shows and selling to stores, right? So my approach, like I said before with the previous question here from Rohit, is that I did it all organically. I did emailing and that sort of thing. So social media ads is where I have a big weakness, and that's been mentioned so far in these questions today. That's where I say that's my weakness. It's one of them. I will tell you this though, Kristen. There's a really good book called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, I think is the name. He's from Brazil. In that book, I'm going to give you the 30-second cliff notes, is about a kid who is looking to find gold elsewhere, right? So I think he lives in Spain, and he goes to Morocco, and he goes to Northern Africa, and he's looking for gold. And when he comes back, maybe I shouldn't tell them. All right, well, I'm going to ruin it for you. If you want to read it on your own, don't watch the rest of the video. The kid comes back to his homeland after all these journeys and stresses and all the things that went wrong. And guess what? He found gold right under him in his own land. So I know you want to grow direct to consumer. I'm with you. That is the way to go. But Kristen, don't get frustrated with how hard that is. It's a flooded market. But I'll tell you what I did. I was getting my product into stores. And then after doing that for a little while and getting it into very good websites, very good stores, growing that business to seven figures and climbing 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. As I was climbing through that, I turned on my website. My first direct to consumer, real good effort at it. And guess what? That first night I went to bed, in the morning I had orders. I never marketed anything. At that point, I hadn't even sent an email. I didn't have any email addresses. You know what happened is I created a brand, right? So imagine that I create this brand, this hoodie, and inside it has my website. And on the hang tag that shows the size and everything, it has my website. But when you would go visit that website, it was just information, where you could buy it, what it's all about, pictures of it. So when stores saw that, they wouldn't get offended that I'm trying to go around them. So I'm not saying it'd be tricky, but that's just the way it was for me. I didn't know if I was going to sell direct to consumer. I just thought, okay, I need a website to talk about the brand and how to contact us and how to buy, where you can buy products and all that sort of thing. And then what happened is I had enough stores buying from me. I don't know how many it was at the time, maybe 30, maybe 40, I don't know. And we just developed the site real quick. I probably spent $1,000, turned on a little shopping cart, and now people could actually buy the products. We uploaded them, they're all there, and the orders started coming in. Just that simple. Why? Because I now sold millions of dollars wholesale, and people already knew my brand, and they had it in their drawer, they had it in their closet. And now next time they see it, they go, oh, let me Google it. And they Googled it and I came up, or they went directly to the website because it was literally on the inside lining of the product. I put the brand name, the size, the website. It was on the bag that the people were buying from. So if I sold to a website and they shipped it, right? They ship it to their customers and they're selling it. Everybody's receiving, Bic.com on the plastic bag of the product, on the inside, on the hang tag, on everything. So think about that. Don't necessarily start chasing for gold if you still have some room to grow in your wholesale business. You're selling to 10 golf shops and you've done that in 2 years. I think that's good. You're off to a good start. Go sell to 50 golf shops. Go get in every golf shop, because pretty soon golfers are going to know your brand, and then they're going to go Google it, whether they find you directly on your own website, on Amazon, on Etsy, whatever. Ideally, eventually, you're on all of those. I think that's a good approach. But think about that. You're not done. You've only sold to 10 golf shops. Go get in 50 golf shops, and then you're going to see the power of that. That's how it worked for me. I know there are different ways to do this, but that's something that helped me tremendously. All right, let's move on to the third. Nick Van Trees. How do I level up marketing to stand out in my area locally? There are a ton of other companies like mine within a 20-mile radius. I feel like I'm pretty good at marketing and showing my business well. I do paid AdWords at $500 a month currently, and have a good following on social media? How do I hit the next step where I can be viewed first and over my competition? So, Nick, maybe it was reading your question, since it's the last one that stuck in my head when I read these last night about how, man, I don't know if I'm the right person to answer these, but I'll give it a shot. Um, so, let's see. You're in a physical location, and there are a ton of other companies just like yours in a 20-mile radius. That's tough because you're oh, and I see it. Sorry, I didn't read this part. You own a vehicle wrap business. Okay, so you wrap the cars. Um, it's sort of a commodity, to be honest with you, because I know multiple companies that do that, and yes, there are probably several in my area that can do that for people. So how do you stand out? Um, well, first of all, every client that you get is somebody that could promote for you, right? Because you do a good job with them, and they're going to go and somebody's going to ask them, "Hey, where'd you get this car wrapped?" Never underestimate that. I think that's a great way. I've got a business now that has been 100% word of mouth. I've never used a single dollar in marketing, and it's a strong six-figure business now, and it's brand new. It only started a year ago. So do a great job for everybody. Tell them, hey, we're trying to grow our business. If you're happy with the way we did it, can you please leave me a 5-star review on Google or Yelp or whatever? Um, and can you help spread the word? If you know anybody, if anybody likes the job I've done for you, send them my way. I appreciate your business. And when that customer comes in, here's one. I don't know how I was going to answer this till I started answering you, Nick. When that customer comes in, he's not a customer. He's one of your best friends. And if you treat him that way and really take an interest in the person, I know this might sound like, well, that's not what business books say, but I'm telling you, that's how you win that guy over, so that when he drives by the next time, he goes, "Oh man, I got to go visit my friend Nick. Oh, Nick, yeah, he wraps the best cars. He's my friend." I've said this many times before. I'll go to a restaurant where maybe the price isn't great, it's a little expensive. Maybe the food's good, but it's not the best food in the world. But I love going there because the owner walks by the tables and shakes my hand and says hi to me. Man, I have such a loyalty like that I go, I'm always going to go. That's my friend. My friend owns that restaurant. That's my guy, right? So when someone says, "Where do you want to eat?" "Oh, let's go here." It's always top of mind, right? People should be wanting to help you because you take so much interest in them. So remember, when someone calls you, it says, "Yeah, we could do that for you. Absolutely. There's what it costs." "Okay, let me know. Thanks. Bye." No. If they're wrapping their car, they're probably in a business. So, sir, what's your business, ma'am? What business do you have that you want it wrapped? What do you do? And you ask them those questions, and guess what? Everybody loves to talk about their business, and now they're excited, and you're that guy that made them feel special on the phone. So when they got that piece of paper and they're writing the quotes, they put their Nick, and they're putting like 5 stars, or they're saying "nice guy," or circling you because you're their favorite one. That is how I that's how I know how to grow a business. So maybe some of the other mentors here can help with social media tricks or how to go viral or all those things. I don't know about that, but I know that if you build a relationship with your customer, it's going to pay back. And also, if you want to really grow, I would do a lot of outward things like contacting companies with fleets, contacting any company, and you know it because you're already in this business. Who wraps their cars? Is it food delivery? Is it mobile mechanic? Who gets their cars wrapped? You have that information better than anyone else. Go call everybody. Maybe they already have their whole fleet wrapped, but guess what? They're not happy with it. It's peeling. They're going to have to redo it, or they're going to get new cars. Whatever it is, you stay top of mind. You get them on a newsletter if you can get their email, or you get them on a once a year. Whoever the decision maker is or the owner, send them a little birthday card. Something. You stay top of mind. That's your job to do that. All right, that's it for the questions for today. I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will see you next month.